It is a sentence that has taken 4.5 years, a little more than that, to arrive at. So any moment now we could be learning whether Nikolas Cruz has been sentenced to life in prison without parole or death after that mass shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School back on Valentine's Day 2018. Right now, jurors are deliberating. The now 24-year-old gunman already has pleaded guilty to 17 counts of first-degree murder. Our Michael Williams joining us live from the steps of the Broward County Courthouse this afternoon. Michael, you followed this case for years. You were there on the ground right after this tragedy occurred, talking to so many of those students. You met and got to know these families very well over the years, and you've spoken to legal experts throughout this trial. Tell us what you can glean from those courthouse steps as you cover this trial today.
You have a jury that is focused and is wasting no time in asking questions that go to the very heart of this case. Shannon, as I stand here live outside the Broward County Courthouse, 17 floors above me, those 12 jurors, about 4 hours into deliberations. And as we take a look inside the courtroom, the judge told them this morning, you're going to have to weigh. We talked about this during closing arguments yesterday. You'll have to weigh the aggravating factors that would say death penalty recommendation. What are those? Among them, a cold, cruel, heinous, premeditated crime or crimes. 17 people died, 17 attempted murders. But against that, you will also have to look at mitigating factors. The defense argument that Nikolas Cruz, now 24 years old, is a flawed human being and was from even before birth because of fetal alcohol syndrome, and that he was beset by neglect and abuse throughout his life. And already, as we come out live, and I said this at the outset, and I'm joined live by Douglas Rudman, defense lawyer, former prosecutor. Shannon, as I said, initial questions also seem to suggest from jurors about an hour and a half into deliberations that they were already weighing, how do we look at these mitigating circumstances? Give us your sense.
Well, that really tells us that it's very possible that they went back to the jury deliberation room, began their deliberations, and basically said, okay, they've met their burden. We know that the state has met their burden and that these crimes are heinous, these crimes are atrocious, and now let's move on to decide whether or not or why Nikolas Cruz should not be put to death.
So they came to the one conclusion, perhaps quickly, now just going through evidence that suggests otherwise. And part of that evidence, which is interesting, Shannon, and please jump in here, is they asked for testimony from two people, two pieces of testimony. One from a doctor who talked about fetal alcohol syndrome, and another from a state witness who said that Nikolas Cruz had overplayed, grossly overstated his mental health condition. So you see already very quickly that the jury was saying, what do we have in terms of mitigating factors? Are they legitimate or are they not? Is that a fair way to put it?
That's exactly how it should be interpreted.
Shannon?
Yeah, and we were curious here in the newsroom as we were debating it with some of our legal team here too, Michael. Was the jury going back and perhaps considering that someone was not going to be capable of giving Nikolas Cruz the death penalty? There was some interpretation on that. I was curious about what your expert there on the ground was feeling about that.
Let me put it to him, and of course, one thing we always learn is to try and interpret what's going on in the minds of jurors. Ultimately, only 12 people in the entire world know what's going on in their mind. Could it be that? Theoretically, yes. Could it also be people who simply say we're doing our due diligence? Shannon asked a good question, as we do really tea leaf reading, all of us, including you and me from the outside. Some say, does that mean somebody's already saying, gee, is there a reason he should be spared death, or is it jurors just doing due diligence? We know that at the end we're all speculating, but yours.
It's not even due diligence. The jury is following the law as the judge instructed them before they retired to deliberate. It's the law and to the law alone that they're supposed to base their decision on. And this is a great example of a jury that is following the law the way the judge instructed them.
Douglas Rudman, defense lawyer, former prosecutor, who will be with us throughout. And Shannon, again, excellent question. The simple, plain fact, and you know this from covering so many cases over the year, ultimately we won't know until or unless jurors who are not obligated to speak to us, their identities have been shielded. If some of them at some point down the road decide that they want to speak, they will. Right now, Parkland families, and thank you again, Doug, for being with us. We'll have you throughout. Right now, Parkland families of those 17 victims sitting upstairs, going through this day, another torturous day in the 4.5-year odyssey to seek justice, and the shooter, Nikolas Cruz, sitting there as well as the jury continues to deliberate at this hour. They've been in there just more than 4 hours, Shannon.
There's no conclusion that can, that we can imagine that would make the victims' families feel okay in the end. But as we wrap this up, your measured tone throughout this entire tragedy and trial has been a gift to all of us. Michael Williams from the ground there. We'll hear from more of your coverage coming up at 5 o'clock.